My name is Tova Hamilton, Minister of State in the Ministry of Tourism. I've been charged with the responsibility for cruise. I'll also be working with the artisan villages, and I
Right.
will also be doing the legal and regulatory aspects within the ministry.
Okay. All right. So, being,
And
I've
cruise
been
has
to
many
a,
components like the onshore experiences and so on.
okay.
Right.
I have been to a lot of expo, right? And farmers expo, people doing crafting,
Yes.
and, and especially the ones that who are doing crafting, as you said, um, they are not satisfied in terms of
The benefits.
the benefit of the tourists coming into the country and spending with them. And most of the tourists, they go to the inbound store, they spend their money more likely with the Chinese, the Indians.
Yes.
What are some of the plans do you have?
No, well, I think first we have to understand the nuances within those sectors. For example, craft. I think it is layered in relation to the issues because, yes, we do have some talented people, but when you go to our craft markets, you tend to see pretty much the same thing everywhere. I think we have to address that. I think we have to create some form of uniqueness for our products. So when people see them, when tourists come and see them, they feel compelled to buy because they can't get it anywhere else. I think we have to address that as one of the issues for craft. I mean, there are other areas that we have to look to, but it will require some form of consultation and collaboration with persons within the craft industry. Craft is not really a part of tourism, and most other sectors, we rely on most other sectors for tourism to be successful. But we will have to partner very heavily with those ministries, departments that touch and concern the tourism sector.
Okay. What about the farmers?
Yes, well, there is a linkage now with farmers. I can speak to my local farmers here in Trelawney. We do a monthly farmers market now with them. That's my personal initiative. And I'm thinking that they can directly benefit from a linkage with tourism. I've been charged with expanding the onshore experience and for ensuring that our local people benefit directly. So there are some ideas that I have, but I want to be able to do my consultation first to see how best we can execute. G2K never started out as a political organization though. It was really a think tank on the university campus, and we worked very closely with Mr. Siaga at the time. He liked the organization, and so it ventured out into something that you see now. Funny enough, it was never on my bucket list of activities. But here I am. I started out at the Attorney General's chambers. So I have quite a wealth of experience in litigation. That's where I was. Exposed to maritime law in some novel areas that I would really love for more people to be involved in now. I also have a background in entertainment law. So I work with quite a few practitioners within that industry. I was in TPDCO before I became Member of Parliament as the Deputy Executive Director in charge of Destination Assurance, among other things. And so with all of that background, including the fact that I sat on 12 government boards also, I come to this portfolio with some amount of knowledge of how government operates. I left from TPD, I went into the Senate, and I was the shortest serving senator in the entire Jamaica for less than 3 months.
Oh.
I have the most experienced minister to work with, and I'm very happy about that. But I think it is important to indicate, though, that I think the achievements that I've been able to accomplish in the seat has helped. People were able to identify that I actually did work. So the coercion wasn't as much or as great as probably other MPs had to undergo, because it was pretty much in everybody's faces, I did work. Trelawney Northern is one of those constituencies that has been neglected for decades. So if you drive through the constituency, you still see we need roads. Communities still need water. I mean, in 2025. So we still have a lot of work to do. And I also need to be able to directly impact those players within the tourism industry from my seat. It was a goal of mine to get a skill from heart. But with this new portfolio now, I don't know if I'll have the opportunity, but that is something I'd really love to do. The emerging sectors. It is not the traditional lawyer doctor thing anymore, you know. When you have certain skills now, a young person can do so much with it and they can expand the world. Now, locally for us in Trelawney, there's a lot coming on the horizon as well in terms of investments. The young people need to prepare themselves for it. I would like to be remembered as the member of parliament who made a difference and who left a legacy in her constituency. A legacy from which whomever comes after me will have to build on. And it is for us to ensure that our locals benefit from tourism, directly from the tourism dollar. If I'm able to establish that as probably my first item of business, then I would be a far way. It is always for our local people to be able to see why it is that they engage in something. And something as meaningful as tourism, I think we need to leverage it as best as possible. And if you realize we have a lot of new and trendy areas that are emerging, for example, the peer-to-peer aspect of what people locally call Airbnb. And so some of these new and emerging trends need to be incorporated, but we also need to have legislation that is agile, that can incorporate anything that will come in the future. So we are not caught in this cycle again. But that area is something that I'm looking forward to because that's my background. You know, every single day, every waking moment is spent trying to get resources for the constituency. To be able to say I'm a social butterfly, but I am not. I like to do things quietly. I like being at home when I get the opportunity and cooking for myself. I think I'm a chef.
Yeah.
Yes. So I love doing that, and that is probably what I use to kind of ease my mind. I also like to travel.
Yes.
Do a lot of traveling.
Locally or?
Well, both.
Okay.
So
But
kind of
especially.
So
what kind of food you love to cook? So we get the chef part.
And I like to try new things too, you know. But and I like raw. I love raw foods.
raw food.
Yes. I'm a
Good. Yeah, you're right.
raw food, fruits, vegetables. I explore. I try to do things that are novel. You know, so making cheesecake raw,
Yes.
for example.